Oh shit, Jody's busted out the streamer shade. Shit is going. They're not just streamer shades, they're reality shades as well. Let's see. All these like staged events too. Like the funny thing is we get out there to the event and it was a fine event, you know. But it was like 11. It was 11 a.m. and I'm dead fucking tired and they're just like everybody jump. And I'm just like no. I'm not jumping. My legs hurt. I'm just walking back to the campaign office after canvassing. Nice. Nice. I did not canvass tonight because we're doing this, but I will be canvassing tomorrow, and we'll probably be canvassing some more over the weekend. Just keep on canvassing until the election. It's going to be the icing on top is just that the election is on Monday, and then Tuesday I leave to go on vacation. So I'm just like that's going to be the best vacation feeling of just like all the campaign is done, all the stress, all the tiredness, and then I get to relax and have fun for an entire week, an entire week with no cares except for obviously I still have to care about the kids. You know, I still got to make sure that the kids are alive. Can't go neglecting the kids. uh, Miranda's reaction, yeah. She messaged me earlier and was like, "I'm super jealous," and it's like, "Why?" I've got tons of pictures with Jugmeat. Just sign up to be an NDP person, and eventually he'll show up, and then you can do it. I used to be on the labor board, so we had not during the election, but like I feel like prior to the 2019 election, he came to London to talk with the labor people. So there's actually a picture of Vienna and I hanging out with Jugmeat Singh because Vienna was there as well. We were pushing for student stuff back then because that was right around when Doug Ford was pushing through a lot of like cutting back OSAP and all that shit. So we were there as representatives of like the student movement, basically, and as part of me being a part of the student union. Vienna was not a part of the union, but that so I met him then, and then in 2019, which actually I should play that. Why not? Let's do it. Let's go back in time. So in 2019, the day the day before the writ was dropped, before the 2019 election, Jugmeat came to town, and so there was a big town hall thing that we did, and I got to meet him there. But then what happened was, as as we're sitting there, so I'm sitting in the back. They have like all the news people are there. They're all filming and doing their thing, as they always do. And I guess at some point you could probably see this, but like I'm standing in the back, just sitting there, and my friend comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Maxime Bernier is in town. He's at the Best Western. Do you want to go yell at Maxime Bernier?" And I was like, you know what? I do want to yell at Maxime Bernier. So we left the Jugmeat event, went all the way across town to go see Maxime Bernier, and we get in. I wasn't wearing the shades back then, but like, I look like this, totally look like I would fit in there, big white man. So I go in and I'm sitting down, and I'm sitting down next to what I can only describe as a Proud Boy. Like they had the beige shorts, the like black colored tee with like the yellow strips. Like they were probably a Proud Boy, and I'm sitting there, and Salim Mansour gets on stage to talk. So Salim Mansour was the candidate in my riding last time, and I had to sit through what felt like 30 to 40 minutes of Salim Mansour talking. And the worst part was he was supposed to be like just doing like an introduction. Like today, for example, Jugmeat was like the center of attention, but he was in Shauna Lukowitz's riding. So Shauna did like a brief speech, and the speech was literally like, we're going to change things for the better. And don't you want health care? And everyone's like, yeah. It's like, well, give it up for Jagmeet Singh. And like, that's it, right? Because that's all you got to do. Everyone's here for Jagmeet, so you hype the crowd, get everyone excited, and that's it. That's what you're supposed to do. Salim Mansour gives us a whole lecture for 30 to 40 minutes about like the decline of Western civilization. And so I'm sitting through the whole fucking thing, texting my friend, like, when the hell is Maxime gonna get up there so we can yell at him? And finally, yeah, no, it was fucking brutal. And so finally he gets done talking, gets off stage. Maxime Bernier gets up, starts talking for, I let him go for like a minute because I didn't want to do it right away. I wanted to catch him like mid-flow. So he's like a minute into his speech, and I stand up and I was like, "You are a bigot!" And like he had this look like it was like a. And so we locked eyes for that like that 2 seconds, and then everyone in the room started booing and yelling. It was wonderful. And so the only good quality video that came of that was this. Okay. And this was done by the CBC reporter who was at this event. Now, you'll see me, I get police escorted. I want to say, the final line of this is kind of cringy, but I'm going to play it anyways, and then I'll explain the final line. But I do love that this was watched by like 11,000 people, so that's fun. It's also worth noting that as soon as I started yelling, the Proud Boy guy took off and left. So you can see he's not even like standing beside me. I think he ran up this way, thinking I was like going to storm the stage or some shit. So that line makes me cringe, but here's why I said it. He said something like being in this room when like all the media is against us. This is like real courage because we're the people standing up against like the tyrannical communists that are running the government. So I was responding to that line spontaneously in the moment, but just like without that context, it just looks like I'm bragging about myself, you know? I kind of cringy, but my favorite part though is this cop right here. Okay, this guy right here. Say what you will about cops. We get out of the room, and he turns and looks at me, and he smiles, and he goes, "That was good. Okay, that was good." and then he goes, he's like, "Okay, go through that way, and then please vacate the premises." And I asked him, I was like, "Hey, my car is like that way," and then he just looks at me and he goes, "Are you gonna come back?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "All right, go to your car." And even the woman cop, because like here's the thing too. It's like, look who they got to police the fascist event. A minority cop. I'm pretty sure that he was Middle Eastern, and then a female cop. That's a woman cop. Like that's who they get to police the event of a white nationalist. Of course. But anyways, what a silly moment. So that was last election, and it almost happened again today. I was probably going to do something, and I decided not to at the last minute for reasons that again I can't talk about. Wink. But the PPC were in town today, okay, and they were supposed to be meeting at 4:30, and I don't know how it went. I could actually probably look it up, see if anything happened because they were in town. Because they were speaking at some park. The park is big. Like part of the issue of like doing something there, I was just like, it's a weird place to go. Like being in the Best Western, and like that turnout was pretty small. My guess is this year they'll have a bigger turnout, and in part because they've co-opted or like been part of the anti-vax movement, and a lot of their popular support is coming from that. and by extension, a lot of their support right now is very violent. Even in town, like even just like there was one incident that happened recently to me where a guy like drove around the corner from where my kids go to school, slammed his brakes in front of kids, honked his horn, like yelled at them even though they were in the right of way, then like sped up and like so, burned out his tires before he like zoomed off with like PPC flags hanging off the back of his fucking truck. So they're just miserable fucking people all around, right? So I was like, part of it was like, do I go in there and do something when I'm like, it was me and my friend who did that previous one, and it's like if we just did it again this time, again by ourselves, like I don't know if it would have been as safe as we did it the last time. I'm just saying. It would be one thing. I mean, part of the issue is like right now, it would be lovely if we had committed activists who would like all go with us to like yell or do something, surround them. But like part of it is like no one wants to be near a bunch of like non-vaxxed people. You know what I mean? It's really hard to protest that, to be like, I'm going to be in close proximity with people who have chosen not to vaccinate themselves. And so a lot of people like keep their distance, which is like, I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Hello, my rebels. Hello, my rebels. I'm a good boy. I'm a weirdo.